Okay. This is kind of a follow-up to the video I just posted. Now that I've had some time to decompress and get my mind somewhat straight, like I said, I own my own shop, and I should have taken the initiative by myself and actually looking over everything. I cannot entirely blame both A&Z Auto and Two Kings Auto for it. It's not entirely their fault. I do apologize. But personally, how do I know that stuff wasn't, previously there? Yes, as a mechanic, I should have personally taken upon myself and done an inspection on my own. I do apologize for that. I am sorry. But again, it's a safety issue. I don't care if it's my own personal vehicle or somebody's vehicle in the shop. It should just be addressed. It's a simple matter. Like I said, how do I know that wasn't previously there? This is just me talking sincerely as an adult now that I've calmed down and kind of got my mind straight. I personally took the dealership's word for it that vehicle was solid and sound. Like I said, I don't know if it was like that from day one or, whether it's happened over the last year, because granted, winter happens, stuff breaks, I understand that. But it should have been addressed. I mean, if it was from day one, it should have been addressed. No matter what. That's a given. Okay. It just really upsets me that something like that, came from a dealership. And I don't care if it's from a major dealer like Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, whoever, or a secondhand dealership. It should have been addressed. Okay. Putting people's lives at risk is not worth anything. I mean, not only your own life, other people's lives on the road, people in the vehicle. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the hassle. But, like I said, it should have been addressed from day one. I don't know if it came, from the auction like that. I don't know. I personally took the dealership's word for it that vehicle was sound. And what I just found tonight says a completely different story. Me as a business owner, I want to personally apologize both to A&Z Auto on Garfield in St. Joseph and Two Kings Auto in St. Joseph for getting that heated. I'm not saying that you guys are responsible for it, and I'm not saying that any other mechanic that has touched that vehicle is responsible for it. But I'm just saying that somewhere along the line, it should have been caught, it should have been addressed, and brought to my knowledge. Whether I own a shop or not, or, I'm just Joe Blow off the street looking for repairs. Okay, it's a major safety concern. It's something that should have been handled right then and there. I know I had that vehicle into another shop down in Plattsburgh. Just because, we had to have it towed and a few other things. But, again, it should have been addressed at some point. Whether it would have been by myself personally, or whether whoever had their hands on it, either Two Kings Auto, ANZ Auto, or any other shop. I don't care who it would have been. Putting people's lives at risk for simple stuff like that when it costs you $50 or $100 in parts. It's a small fraction of your budget. Like I said, if I had time to cool off, decompress, and I do apologize. I'm sorry. I was just extremely upset when I ran across that. But you have to admit, if you would have ran across that in your own shop, you would have told the customer immediately. And I do mean immediately. If you were a dealership, and I don't care if you're a secondhand dealership or not, I highly recommend you always get a vehicle inspected. Whether you're buying it from an auction, secondhand, party, or right from a dealership. Especially used vehicles. Because you don't know who owned it last. You don't know what their maintenance schedule was like. You have no idea. Okay. This Jeep has got me so upset. I've thrown so much money into this thing that if I were to calculate it up over the last year on how much I've thrown into that Jeep, minus the cost of the $4,500 that I paid for it, it shouldn't happen. Okay. I personally want to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm putting this out there live right now. But like I said, I've had time to decompress. But any other shop would have told the customer like that, and they would have not had let the vehicle go. At all. At least I wouldn't have. But I can't speak for other people. Like I said, I stand behind my work. I do preventative maintenance. I check stuff while I'm underneath there. Not saying that you don't, because I'm sure you do. But, like I said, it should have been addressed. It should have been brought to my attention. Whether it be from you personally, the shop, the mechanic, whoever's working on said vehicle, should have looked it over. That's what really got me upset, guys. Is the fact that I've known who's worked on that vehicle and somebody should have addressed it at some point. Okay. I just want to put that out there. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I apologize. But it was in the heat of the moment. I was upset. I just couldn't think straight because of what I ran across. So but I stand behind what I said. I am going to post it on Facebook. I will post it on YouTube. Actually, matter of fact, I've already posted it on Facebook. I apologize. I will post it on YouTube just because it's a safety concern, and because I don't want anybody else to, have that issue like I just had. I don't care where you're at in the United States. I don't care if you're here in Missouri, California, New York, Maine. Throw a dart on a map anywhere in the continental United States. Any shop. Anybody working on automotive in a shop. I don't care if it's your own personal shop. I don't care if it's your own personal business. I don't care if it's a giant corporation. It should have been addressed. That's all I'm saying. Not everybody is going to, crawl up underneath their own vehicle and do their own work. Not everybody's going to, trust a dealership, whether it be a major dealership or a secondhand dealership, and say, yes, this vehicle is good to go, when you know for a fact it's not. And for those of you that do run a secondhand dealership and you run a business like that, knowing that a vehicle is not safe for somebody to be driving down the road in that kind of condition, then by all means, God help you. It is not it is not worth putting anybody's life at risk, whether it be your own personal family or somebody else's, for a paycheck or, for profit. It's not worth it. I don't care if you make $20,000 a year or $2.9 million a year. Something like that should have never have happened. It should have been brought to somebody's attention, and been fixed immediately. Whether they had the money for it or not. If they didn't have the money for it, work something out. Work out a payment plan. Say, hey, look, I understand that you are in a tight situation right now. And be like, look, I will personally put it on a business account, replace the parts myself, because as a business, I feel like you should put your customers first. Profit be damned. There's a reason why you started the business. There's a reason why you have the customers that are loyal to you. Okay? There's a reason why they keep coming back. Because you stand behind your work. You know what you've done. You know you take preventative measures for something like that not to happen. Okay? I don't care if it costs you $200 of your own personal money or the company's money. Whoever. Insert scenario here. Whether it be working on a vehicle through a mechanic work or, mechanic shop, business owner that runs an automotive shop, giant corporation that, has a giant fleet of vehicles, and they have their own personal mechanics. Something like that is a safety concern. It should have been brought to somebody's attention. And if the dealership did claim that they have, I can't remember if they officially had it inspected or not. I cannot speak for that business. But if that dealership, even if it is secondhand, did claim to have it inspected, that inspector, whether it be the mechanic or whoever's working on said vehicle, should have brought it to somebody's attention somewhere along the line. But, like I said, this is a formal apology to both A&Z Auto on Garfield and St. Joseph and Two Kings Auto on Paris Street in St. Joseph. I apologize. I was upset. I cannot blame you for it, but if you are responsible, you should have owned up to it. I'm just saying. You should have notified me or any other customer immediately if something like that would have went into your shop or been on your dealership lot. Because legally you are responsible for it. It is currently 12:13 in the morning on Monday. I need to get working back on this so that way my wife has a vehicle in the morning to work on. However, like I said, I've had time to decompress, I've had time to breathe and think and actually get my mind back somewhat straight. It's a safety concern, is all I'm saying. So, again, I want to make a formal apology to both businesses, to both business owners, to the mechanic for calling you out. Trust me, it needed to be done. I personally should have caught it myself, especially, crawling up underneath the vehicle like that. But at the same time, like I said, how do I know that that didn't happen from day one? I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee that vehicle came from the auction like that. I can't guarantee that, it broke somewhere within the last year that I've owned it. Stuff happens. I understand that. But if it was like that from day one, it should have never have left the vault. At all. Yeah, should have never have left the lot at all. I'm sorry about the light going dark. My car was... the timer in the car automatically shut it off. But like I said, somewhere along the line, it should have been caught, should have been brought to somebody's attention. Like I said, I apologize to both businesses. I'm sorry. But it needed to be done. I can't take back what I said. I can't take back what I've already done. It's already water under the bridge. What I can do is I can make amends for my actions and make a formal apology. I mean, personally, as a business owner running my own mechanic shop, even if it's just out of my own driveway, if somebody would have brought me their vehicle like that, I would have never have considered it leaving at all. If I would have had the money in my business account, I gladly would have paid for the parts myself if it was another customer. And if I would have known they were on a fund or a limited budget, I'd been like, look, I value your safety over money. Pay me when you can. We can throw it on a payment plan. X amount a month, X amount a week, X amount every 2 weeks. I don't care. I put people's lives above anything else. I'll put it above my business. I'll put it above any employee that works for me. I'll put it above... I don't care. Because nobody's life's worth losing over a stupid vehicle. Nobody's life's worth losing over something that broke and that could have been prevented. Whether it be on the highway or here in town, wherever. It just upsets me so much to the point that I had to literally find that tonight in the condition that it was. Should never have happened. But I'm going to end this live stream here. Like I said, I apologize to both businesses. You can either accept my apology or don't. I don't care. Either direction. But I hope that you can find it in your heart to accept my apology. We're human. We make mistakes. We get upset. Especially, when it comes to certain things. I don't care if it's a vehicle breaking down. I don't care if it's cancer, whatever. When it comes to a vehicle safety, and I know this is why the state of Missouri does it, it's for people's safety. Not only for the people in the vehicle, but also for the people on the highway. Especially the people in the vehicle. Yes, they need to be safe. I don't care what vehicle you're driving. Other people on the highway need to pay attention. Stuff breaks. I get it. I understand it. But, like I said, it should have been addressed somewhere along the line. So, again, I apologize to both businesses. I need to get back to work, so now my wife has something to drive in the morning. Thank you for at least stopping by. Thank you for watching this short live stream. And I appreciate it. Thank you.